What's going on, y'all? This is the Andrew from Relatable TV. Told y'all I was gonna be back. It's another video. I ain't doing much, just eating some noodles. I cut up a few little sausages, put them in there, something like. And just want to elaborate on something I mentioned in my previous video about good and bad. Now, I don't really believe there's a such thing as being a good person or a bad person. I don't think there's a such thing as being a good man to a woman, a good woman to a man. I think all of that is just opinions and, whatever people think. So, with that, don't overflow. With that, I want to elaborate on what I mean by that. Because a lot of people be like, yeah, there is a such thing. No. Logically, I don't feel like there is a such thing, because something or someone is only bad when it's going against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you're doing something to someone else, you justify why you do it, or you justify someone close to you. For example, if I was breaking into houses, right? But I'm breaking into houses to feed my children or feed my family or whatever the case is, right? So my brothers, my sisters, the people that are close to me, my homeboys, they gonna say, oh yeah, he doing what he gotta do to feed his family. And that's okay. But the people's house that I'm breaking into, they're gonna look at me like I need to be locked up. I'm stealing from them. I'm a bad person. I should get a job and, stuff like that. So that's what I mean by, like, that's just an example of what I mean by there's no such thing as good. It's just an opinion. What we do as people is we intend to try to take on other people's issues like it really hits us. And most of the time it's just like an opportunity. You know what I mean? So it's like the R. Kelly scandal, for example. And I always debate about people with this, about the R. Kelly thing. Why are people so mad about what he did? Like he did something to someone in their family, or someone close to them, or their sister, or the people that are affected by it. I get it, but the people that he never met, they'll never meet him. I don't get how you guys get so outraged over something that has never happened to you, or close to you, or he hasn't done anything to you guys. Now with that, again, we talking about the good and bad. I'm still gonna listen to R. Kelly. I don't have no problem with doing that, because I don't know him personally. I don't know what he does in his personal life. I don't know who he is outside of his music. I know him for his music. It's the same thing with Michael Jackson, how they was trying to say all this stuff. I don't know that. I don't know. I'm not that close to him. Never met him. Never. Those things are just. I know him for work. That's kind of like going to Walmart and saying, oh yeah, I don't like this cashier because she put her baby daddy on child support. What that got to do with her ringing your food up and you getting out the store? You get what I'm saying? I don't know people for their personal lives, especially if it has no effect on me. I can't get myself to be upset about something that has not hit home for me. It's just, to me, there's just no such thing. And it's all an opinion, because if these people that I'm talking about, like R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, whatever, if they were feeding you and your family, would you guys still feel the same way? Now you guys just lost a person that's taking care of things or doing whatever the case is, and however it may go. I'm looking at it from a broad point of view. And I'm not saying that it's cool with what he did or what Alleged did or what. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, I know him for his music, not what he's done outside of his music. That has nothing to do with me. I don't know who people go home to. I don't know what. All I know is the craft that they put out to the public. That's it. So, and even with that, I don't think nobody in my family knows any of those people close. You know what I'm saying? We glorify things in certain ways. Again, the good and bad. So they're bad, but you know, we glorify rappers that have been to jail for heinous crimes, you know, free them and want them to come home and different stuff like that. They're not wrong, or whatever they did was justified, or however it goes. So I'm getting to my point of good and bad. So we'll use the opportunity to say, oh, the 1 in 10, you guys will always hear me say that, the 1 in 10 say that this person's bad, so we gotta roll with that. That one person that doesn't, we gon' throw him, you know, we gonna come at him, because there's no way he can disagree with the 10. So let's sit and whisper and talk, you know, and different things like that. But I just really don't believe there is a such thing as being good and bad. I just think it's just a matter of just being yourself and living your life to the best of your ability, because none of us are going to live perfect. None of us are going to make the right decisions every single day. That's kind of impossible, you know. So it's like, cheating is bad, we shouldn't cheat, and if you're going to cheat, just leave, until you're put in those shoes, those predicaments to cheat. You know, you're not going to leave because your man don't got no money. You're not going to leave. If you love him, you're not going to leave for that. But you are going to kick it with a nigga with money that's going to wine and dine you. You know, but then if your sister come to you talking about her man cheated on her and she was a good woman, then you going to get on his ass and call him a dog and stuff. Or, oh yeah, I'm going to beat on my woman, or I'm going to cheat on my woman. But then if somebody do it to my mom or my sister, I'm on their ass. Like, I'm on their helmet real tough. It's, you know, it's just an opinion, honestly. And it's really like, there is no such thing. You're only as good as what you do for people and what people see you for. There's no such thing as like believing someone is good because no one's perfect. Now, I'm not saying that there's not good people out there, but I think it's more of a spiritual thing. You know, you can kind of feel a vibe of someone that has a good spirit, and you know, you can feel a vibe of someone that's shady, you know. So when it comes to the whole good and bad thing, to me, I just feel like it's always an opinion. And then with that opinion, it's really like, how can we piggyback off of someone else's wrong? You know, if it happens to someone close to you, then you're gonna feel bad, you're gonna justify what they do, you know, things like that. Or if you do it, you have every reason in the world why you say, oh yeah, I had to do what I had to do, or this and that. But you won't look at the next person and say the same thing. So you put your hands on a woman, then you gonna say, oh, I was defending myself, you know, all this stuff to justify that. But then your sister come to you and say, this dude put his hands on me. You gonna get mad, you gonna call the boys, y'all gonna be ready to ride and slide and different stuff like that. When it's like, y'all be saying stuff like, man, why didn't you just leave? And you know what I'm saying? Like, just really contradicting yourself, or you know, just being a hypocrite. So I just think, again, my message is very clear. Just live your life and be who you want to be, like who you like really want to be. And there's no such thing as perfection. So if you're chasing perfection, you're gonna be chasing your whole life, because there's no such thing. With that, you know, like I said, I'm a very logical person, and what I learned to do, I learned to be fair. I don't learn to take sides or be one-sided about something. Now, I definitely have my opinions about stuff, and I'm all, just like anybody else, I'm gonna have my opinions. But what I'm learning to do is try to understand people. You know, we'll laugh at people that do things and go through stuff, or we'll criticize them and stuff, instead of like understanding that they might need help, or maybe they weren't taught a certain thing, or you know, different things like that. We'll just instantly label them as something, roll with the 10, and say, oh yeah, they're like this, oh yeah, they're like this, instead of like really trying to understand that person, their story, or you know, anything. And I'm just speaking in general now. Like, if you're worried about being right and wrong, then you're gonna be wrong to someone. It doesn't matter if you're right to 10 people. If you got one person that's still gonna think you're wrong, that's just what it is. And even that person's opinion of you being wrong, that's their opinion. Somebody's always gonna say you're right, you're wrong, you're good, you're bad. That's just life. You're never gonna be good enough you're never gonna be a good enough friend, a good enough partner, a good enough son, it's just no such thing. It's only good when we're benefiting from it. when you're benefiting from it, then you're good. But as soon as the benefit is gone, then you notice people start moving different. People start changing, you know, when the benefit is gone. So if they stop doing, or if they stop being there and they stop, then you'll learn like who's really genuine and who's not, because normally things will fade away. Now, it is a select few solid people that will fight for their friendships, fight for their relationships, their marriages, their, you know, relationship with family and friends. There are people like that. Again, that's the 1 in 10. But majority, if they can't benefit off of you or what you're doing, then they're definitely going to start moving different towards you. That doesn't even make them bad people. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they're not taught that. So again, that's just another opinion. But for me, I'm going back to what I was saying from the beginning. There's just no such thing as, you know, good and bad. And again, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but it's just, for me, I just feel like logic is always winning to me. Like, there's no such thing as like anything logical. To me, it makes sense. Anything. So that's it for today. And you guys can comment, and you guys can also send requests for different videos, different subjects you want me to talk about. I will be that voice for people. So if it's things that you feel like you can't say or don't want to say, I will say it for you, because honestly, I don't really care, and I like to understand people's minds and see where people come from with things. So, and also share my opinions as well. But that's it for today. I'm gonna get back with y'all in the next video.